In the early 20th century, the concept of the car really started to take off. And as the years went on and the automobile got more and more popular, more and more companies joined in on this trend, bringing different styles and different ideas into the industry. And in the 1920s, the Yanks had a brilliant idea. Why don't we get a passenger car, chop it in half and put a tray on the back? And this is what they came up with. The Roadster Utility. And of course, the Roadster Utility was an instant hit, I assume. I don't know, I wasn't alive then. The Roadster Utility concept was so popular that even over 100 years later, the Americans are still producing their own pickup trucks. But hold on, we seem to be getting a bit ahead of ourselves here. Let's go back 93 years ago to 1932. The wife of a farmer who we don't know the name of sent in a letter to Ford Australia saying that she wanted a car that she could drive to church on Sunday and take the pigs to the market on Monday. So they got a Ford Model A, chopped it in half and put a tray on the back and said, here you go. And in 1934, the Australian Ute, aka the Kangaroo Chaser, was born. And these were extremely popular, I assume. I wasn't alive back then. And Ford dominated the Australian Ute market for 17 years, until 1951 when Holden, Australia's very own car manufacturing company, which at this point was entirely owned by an American car manufacturing company, finally brought some competition to this brand new market and kicked off a feud between Holden and Ford that would last almost 70 years. This is the story of the Australian Ute, the greatest car and ultimate all-rounder that the entire world fell in love with that only two countries really ever got.
Yeah, some days I feel unfazed, like when I'm with my friends with a cup raised. Come Monday, I got a gun raised, suicidal through a dime till hump day. Then I go right back at it like an automatic. More drinks, more songs, more beats to rap. I need a shrink, I'm gone, more time keeps passing. No watch, no thoughts at all, just a hat, new era. With my P's and those O's, need the Phillies with the orange and black to feel home. From Citizens Bank back to Camden Yards, it's a tale of two cities and trust we go hard. Trust we go hard, yes we go hard. You said we go hard, I said we go hard. Rockin' my Bob Cousy, stocking up on the loose. The lyrics come easy, but the life is a doozy. And yes, I'm choosy, and no, I won't settle, but I still take pop off over that kettle, cause I'm talking bigger picture. And yes, I'm gonna hit you with the...
Now before we go any further, I have to clarify a few things. This here is a Ute. And so is this, and so is this, and so is this. But this is also known as a pickup truck. This is also known as a bakkie, and this is just And in today's video, of course, we won't be focusing on any of these, we'll just be focusing on these. The Australian Ute. As I previously mentioned, the Australian Ute is different from the rest. Unlike Utes like the Toyota Hilux or Ford Ranger that have passenger vehicles based off the Ute platform, most, if not all, Australian Utes were based off the original passenger vehicle platform, most notably the Holden Commodore and Ford Falcon. And while there were many great Utes under different model names besides Falcon and Commodore, these two nameplates are the most commonly known and longest running. Anyway, that's enough of a history lesson for now, it's time to get into the video. But first up, a word from today's sponsor, Coopert. Don't know what Coopert is? Well, luckily I'm here to answer all of your questions. Coopert is a free extension that helps users save money effortlessly while browsing online. It's available on Chrome, Edge, Opera, Firefox and Safari and has over 8 million active users and supports over 200,000 stores globally. Coopert's price comparison service has got to be one of their most useful features. All you have to do is add the Coopert extension to the browser of your choice and then go to a website like Amazon, for example, and find a product that you're interested in. Then when you click on this PS5, for example, then all you have to do is click on this little Coopert extension logo at the top of your browser. Then click on that button and Coopert will find every other place that has the same item for sale but for cheaper. And Coopert also has a built-in coupon finding feature that automatically finds discount coupons and applies them to your cart, helping you save even more money. So if you want to start saving money with Coopert, check out the link in the description or the link in the pinned comment below and start saving yourself some money. Thank you Coopert for sponsoring this video. And with that all said and done, it's time for us to get back into the video. This is my Ford AU Falcon, and this here is also my Ford AU Falcon. Now you may be wondering, why do I have two of these? Because they're basically the same car, and you'd be right. But if we come over here, you'll start to see why. This is my brand new, second-hand, 25-year-old AU Falcon Ute. And from here forward, these two cars are pretty much exactly the same. Come have a look. This here is the sedan interior. don't mind all the rubbish, and this here is the Ute interior. Despite them both being POV pack, the only real difference between the two is the wind down windows on the Ute for extra poverty effect, and of course the aftermarket head unit that came with the car. Both even have the same size 7-Eleven coffee cup in the cup holder. As you can see, the only real difference between these two cars is of course the back seats, and the Ute doesn't have electric windows. And if we pop the hood, these two even have the same engine, except I've swapped an XR6 engine into the sedan, which you can see here. But I pinky swear it had the same engine as the Ute before I swapped the red rocket in. Now I know that both of these cars are Ford Falcons, and the Holden Commodores are pretty much the same. The sedans are always the starting point, and they base the Utes off the sedans. As you can see, these cars both have the same engines, and that is the same throughout pretty much all the Ute and sedan combinations, which meant if they could fit a big V8 in one of those, they could fit it in one of these. And combine that with the fact that there's literally no weight over the back, there's a lot of fun to be had. So while you could get a workhorse variant with roll down windows like this one, you could also get the hectic, fully done up V8 or turbo versions with the same engine and gearbox combination that the sedans had. As you can see, the major differences start from this door backwards. The Ute obviously has a tray, and the sedan has back seats and a boot full of rust. Apart from the rear ends obviously being very different, these cars are still very similar. The chassis on the Utes is a little bit longer than the sedans, and the wagons share the same chassis, and this has leaf springs where this has coils. But why should you choose this over this? There's one good reason for that: the tray.
What the hell?
As you may be able to see here, I accidentally left the hard lid unlocked, and some of the boys came around and decided to donate some things to me. We got an empty Zinger box, whatever that is, a TV, and we've even got a fire extinguisher. And in the back of the sedan, absolutely cool, and it stinks of petrol. If you've seen the Just Waiting for a Mate video, I'm sure you'd know why. As you can see, you can fit a whole lot of shit in the back of an AU Falcon sedan. But have a look at just how much shit we've managed to fit in the back of this thing already. And with the tray of my Ute already rinsed with an assortment of rubbish, it gave me a great idea of a way that I can test the capability of the main reason that anyone buys a Ute: the tray. Now obviously there's only one reason that you'd buy a Ute over a sedan besides the looks, and that of course is the practicality. So I guess now it's time to find out just how practical this thing really is. But first we're going to clear all the shit out of the tray. I know just the spot. Bro, are you normal? What do you mean? Can you stop? Brand new. Anyway, I gotta go. Rex wasn't too happy with the huge dump I left on his garage floor, and my bribe of 2 Ford Falcon rear indicator bulbs wasn't quite cutting the mustard. So a couple days later I decided I could make it up to him and show you guys just how practical an Aussie-made Ute is at the same time. To put a long story short, I was about to get 2 birds stoned at once. Now obviously Rex was a little bit upset that I dumped all my shit at his factory, so I've thought of a great way to 1, show off the practicality of this Ute, and 2, pay it back to Rex. And the answer to that is hard rubbish. Have a look at this for example. Wow! So for those of you who don't know what hard rubbish is, when you have a bunch of hard rubbish like couches, fridges, washing machines, whatever, you can book it in with the council, leave it out in your nature strip, and they'll come and take it away. Or you can do what most people do and just dump it there and hope for the best. A lot of people indulge in the hobby of hard rubbish hunting, which means you go around looking at hard rubbish and finding all sorts of valuables, like TVs for example. Back during lockdown I used to go around and hunt down TVs off hard rubbish, and then I'd lose a game of Fortnite, throw my controller through it, and then it would start again from square one, and the cycle continues. The best thing about hard rubbish though is that you can drive around with a Ute like this, and if you find something, put it in the back, and then you see another thing on hard rubbish that's the same thing but better, you can just take that shit thing out, toss it on the side of the road, and upgrade your loot. Alright, now that you guys know what hard rubbish is, it's time to go around the streets and find some golden loot to make it up to Rex and show you just how practical the Australian Ute really is. Let's go. Ooh, look what we've got here. Couches, a shopping trolley. So that could be for Rex's seating area. Golden loot, golden loot. Gold scar, gold scar. He needs that. Beautiful. That's not going anywhere. Let's go. And with the washing machine all loaded up, it was time to head off in search of some more hectic stuff. Hopefully Rex is happy with his new washing machine, but we still got so much more of this tray to fill up. It'd be rude not to find some more stuff. I mean, it's all free. Not that we're going to tell him we got it off hard rubbish, but I'm sure he will appreciate this gesture. Oh, golden loot, a tyre. Rex is a mad hoon, so he's always burning through tyres, so I'm sure he'll appreciate this. And at our next stop, we found out that the reason the washing machine was so heavy and required 2 people to lift into the back of the ute was because it was still full of fluid. But at least I got a free tray clean out of it. Whoopsies. Anyway, maybe we'll leave that one. Have a look in there.
Oh, that's maggot.
Unfortunately, that tyre had a full ecosystem growing in it, so we'll just leave it, but there will be some more golden loot around this sort of area, so we'll keep our eyes peeled. Ugh. Fuck. Oh, golden loot. Oh, someone's beat me to it. Fuck. He's already claimed it, so we're gonna have to move on to another spot. Fuck. Sometimes you can start a lot of rivalries if there's some golden loot and you got 2 people going for it. I've seen fist fights, I've seen a murder. Golden loot. What do we have here? Another fridge. And a broken camp chair. Rex needs one. Chair. Beautiful. Heating and cooling. Oh. Let's go. And with some more golden loot stowed into the back of the AU Falcon Ute, I drove off, leaving my cameraman at the trash pile, only returning to pick him up when I found out he found this hectic peanut tin. I need one of those. Hop in. Looks like I've got some more loot here. Anything of value? No, just more grey loot, bro. But unfortunately, the reality of hard rubbish hunting is that you're not always going to find golden loot. A lot of the time, a pile can and will be filled entirely to the top with grey loot. Someone's already looted that place. If you're not quick enough, other people come in, they loot before you, and they just leave you with all the grey shit, they take all the gold loot. But if you're consistent like I am, you can find some real good stuff. Now obviously grey loot can really put your spirits down. But with hard rubbish hunting, consistency is key. This photo perfectly shows what I mean when I say this, and after a short while, our luck turned. Right, I've just had some insider knowledge, aka my cameraman looked out the window and told me that that box did actually have a TV in it. And if that's the case, we have our first golden loot of the day. So we'll have a sus, to quote the man himself. Oh. It's got something in it. Is it a TV? I don't know. Let's do a quick unboxing video. We've got some golden loot. Wow, cuz. Born TV. Let's go. All mine. Rex is gonna love this. Our first golden loot of the day, boys. Beautiful work. Right, on to the next place. And the next place had something even more exciting than the last. Not one, but 2 signs of good luck and fortune. Wow, have a look, look. That's always a good sign, not 1, but 2. And one of them has got a waterfall front grille. That's always a good sign when you're out looking for valuables. And as we speak, a chair. Rex doesn't need a chair though, he's got a few. You need a strong neck to go hard rubbish hunting, I'll tell you that much for free. There's a lot of left and right, up and down, never know what you're gonna find. Jesus. Got a bit of speed in reverse this thing. What do we have here? Mattress. Chairs.
Oh, there's a cage.
Cage. Nathan. Where's that cage you're talking of, boy? Cat cage. Beautiful. Grab this for Nathan because when he misbehaves. Take that for the swimming pool. Look, come here. Read the side. Adding or removing this pile by others is an offence if caught. Offenders may be prostituted.
Don't snitch. I thought the $6,000 fine was for us. I'll get prostituted, I don't mind.
Out of fear of being prostituted, we decided to leave this pile alone and head off, until the cameraman found a relic that was almost worth the risk of being pimped out.
There's my great-grandparents. Came to this country, 1504, on a UFO. Rest in peace. Right, quick, gotta go, we don't get prostituted. Golden Scar, boys. Golden Scar, Golden Scar, Golden Scar. Look at this. Right, let's go. As you can see, I got some golden loot, some really good stuff. But before we head back to Rex's factory, we're gonna strap it all down so it doesn't end up sprayed all over the M1. We filled most of the tray up, there's still a few more spaces, but there wasn't much good loot around. We weren't exactly in the best area, I guess. But we did get some good valuable stuff, and I'm sure Rex will be very happy with what we've got here.
Nikes.
Oh, a free shoe. Wait a second, look. Come here. When you find shoes, you always got to check they're not here for a reason. No turd on the bottom. Beautiful. Free Air Max. My size as well. We won't tell Rex we got some shoes because he'll want them.
And after realising that most shoes come in pairs, we found the other Air Max 95 and headed off out of this park to find somewhere to strap up our tray so that we wouldn't cop a fine when all the shit flew out on the freeway when we were ready to hit the road.
That's not going anywhere. When you tie it down as well, you gotta make sure you're not fucking crushing anything. So you can get some fucking damage. Whatever's underneath the ratchet strap. That's not going anywhere. Now that we filled most of the tray up. This tray is just so big, there's not enough loot in the world to fill the whole thing up. But most importantly, we strapped it down so that I don't get fined. I don't care if the shit falls out, but I don't want to cop the fine. We have to head back to Rex's factory and show them all our stuff we've got. It is boiling out here. I'm sweating like a junkie with a job interview. So let's head back to the factory and see if Rex accepts my peace offering. Let's go. Alright, we're just pulling up to Rex's factory now with our golden loot. Let's see what he thinks. Look, me and Rex, we got off on the wrong foot the other day when I came around and made the floor a little bit dirty with some of the rubbish I had in the back of the ute. So I've decided to make it up to you. Me and cameraman have been to Harvey Norman, Bunnings,
Okay, fair enough.
these places. We've got a whole bunch of stuff just in the back of the ute here.
Yeah.
I'd like to offer it as a little bit of a peace offering.
Well, you didn't clean up before. That would have been nice.
Well, this will make up for it.
All right, show me what you got.
I'll bring it in.
What the bro, come on. What is this?
How good is it?
Are you serious?
Yeah, have a look.
No, dude.
What do you mean?
I don't want any of this stuff. This is junk.
You haven't even had a look yet,
Where
bro.
did you get this from, bro?
Shh. Harvey Norman, Bunnings, Facebook Marketplace.
Why is it strapped down like this? Why are there flies in here?
What?
Bro, there's shit in here.
Rex was still a little bit skeptical, so I decided to whip out the gold scar of the collection and see if that would tide him over.
Look, brand new,
Oh,
HD,
you actually got a TV?
32 inch, just like myself. Look, Netflix, Stan, YouTube. Make sure you press that subscribe button. Still in the box, brand new. It's still got the plastic protection on it.
Yeah, I guess that'll do. Yeah.
See?
Yeah,
Don't judge a
okay,
book by its
okay,
cover.
okay. Oh, what the
What?
Dude, it's covered in shit.
It's not, bro. Just cigarette dust. I know you like playing music here, and your current system's a bit shit. 5 CD changer, probably got Bluetooth as well. So take that.
I don't want that. Look, what's that? What's that?
What?
No! I need to clean this.
Heat up. I know it gets cold here, and it's coming into winter as well. So that'll keep the place nice and warm. And I know it gets dirty here, so we've got a washing machine. You can unload that yourself. I don't get paid enough for this, and a fridge.
Get out of here.
What do you mean?
Just get out of here. I don't want any of this shit, man.
I worked
This
my
is
ass
fucked.
off all day collecting this stuff.
I don't care.
I was sweating like a junkie with a job interview.
Bro, you've just brought trash again.
It's not trash, that TV,
is. What
it's
the fuck?
HD, bro.
I don't care.
High definition. Alright, whatever. I'll keep the rest of it for myself, dickhead.
Now, unfortunately, Rex still wasn't very impressed, but I don't care because I was. In this ute, we managed to fit a washing machine, a fridge, a heater, a TV, a cat carrier, a pair of shoes, a hectic sound system, 2 chairs, and even a peanut tin, plus a bunch of extra shit that we just tossed in and didn't bother filming. And this proved the hypothesis I made at the start of this video correct. The Australian Ute, despite not being made for almost 10 years now, is still by far the most practical vehicle on the road. Not only did we manage to fit enough white goods in the back to furnish a small apartment, but we did so in comfort, luxury, and with some absolutely mind-boggling performance. So if you're looking to get yourself a new car, steer clear of something like an MG, and save yourself a whole bunch of money and a whole bunch of headaches, and get yourself an Australian Ute. And on that note, it's time to end. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share, and I'll see all of you guys in the next one.